You don't know what you don't know until you know. Is it unhealthy or is it healthy? Well, in today's video, we are going to be going through all these Kangen water machines because I posted a video a couple of days ago and it got a lot of traction, and there was a lot of people from that other company that said, well, you know, that machine was probably used underneath the counter and it's not supposed to push water up, or they thought that maybe it was something that people misuse and never cleaned it. So we thought we'd just put a stop to that right now, and I'm very curious myself. We're going to be taking all of these apart. We're going to be doing the hydrogen test, the ORP test, and then we're going to take it apart and show you inside if there's calcium building up, is there mold, is there bacteria, so we can decide for ourselves, is this unhealthy or is it healthy? So stay tuned for all these machines getting taken apart so you can see it for yourself. Here is the junior machine. We're going to test this one. Now inside this one, there's 3 electrodes, and we're going to start all the machines here with 9.5. So we're going to test first the ORP, and then we're going to test the hydrogen. So here is the first one to go here. And all of these units have also been deep cleaned. So we have a specialized pump that shoots high pressured water in with a citric acid. Okay, so there we have the junior machine water, and we have the ORP. So usually on -2 to 500 from a junior machine is usually, you know, something that you see. So we have a negative about 113 or so. We could sit here for a long time if you wanted and really stabilize it, but I think you see it. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, now these are hydrogen blue drops. You can purchase them on the website, of course, if you wanna check your own water machine at home to make sure that it's producing hydrogen. There is a way that you do this to get the best results, but we're gonna do something here that's the benefit of the doubt. So if there's any hydrogen in here, that's a large amount of water to test. Usually you just use like a couple tablespoons of water. So we're just gonna put 3 drops, 2, 3 in all the different water, so 3. So that would be 0.3 parts per million. So if it stays blue, that means there's no hydrogen. So here, it might have 0.3 parts per million in this amount of water, which is usually measured per liter. So you want it to be clear. So you want it to be clear. So once you see there's hydrogen, it will be clear. So this means there's indicating here that it has no hydrogen. So this is junior machine, and this is number 1. We're going to take it apart as well. So stay tuned for that. Here we have the SD501, and this again came in for a trade, and we don't know how many times they cleaned it, but we have again done deep cleaning on it. Got the 9.5 on. We're going to slow the flow, try to keep it the same. I did put a little measuring marker on there so we can try to get to the same level on each of these. All right. There we go. We used to say, oh, look, that cloud means there's lots of hydrogen in there. So let's go ahead and check the ORP. And we have -145. So in there. Okay. And then we will go ahead and put our hydrogen drops in here. So you can see the 3 drops. We have 1, 2, 3. Therapeutic dose is 0.5, just so you know, parts per million. All right, and we are wanting it to be clear, not blue. So there we go. There is SD501 machine, 3 drops, ORP -140 or so, and 3 drops, and it is not showing hydrogen. That's number 2. So this one should be interesting. This is the K8, which, as you know, the K8 has not been out very long, probably around maybe, 7 or 8 years now. So this one will be pretty new. And actually the other ones are definitely newer than 2012 because they have the new filters on them. And in case you're wondering what this hydrogen gas is, hydrogen is the most powerful antioxidant, and it's the only reason to drink alkaline water. So now there's 10 years of research and studies proving that the only reason to drink ionized water is to get the hydrogen. And so hydrogen comes from the electrolysis process, not the ionization process. So we do have the K8 here, and it's showing at the 9.5 more than the other 2. So you're getting a -237. Okay. Now let's go ahead and check the hydrogen. Okay, and we have 1, 2, 3. And again, actually that's very surprising to me. I thought for sure that the K8 would have at least some, but it is not showing any hydrogen either. And again, these have been deep cleaned. So no hydrogen. SD501 number 4. So I have the filter open here because I want to talk a little bit about the filtration behind the Kangen machine. So there is over 60,000 chemicals in our tap water. And those chemicals obviously are not getting all filtered out by the carbon filter here. Carbon is going to filter out chlorine, odor, and taste. Then you have the arsenic, the pharmaceuticals, the heavy metals, and those things, once going through the ionization process, become more bioavailable, more of a charge. So you actually could be getting more of those contaminants. So then we have here a negative 170. So that's always why we include a pre-filter with any of our products that we sell, is because we really want to ensure that you're getting out those contaminants. 1, 2, 3, and there is the hydrogen. And again, the actual therapeutic dose is 0.5 parts per million. So you'd have to drink a lot, obviously, of this water in order to get a result. So there we have it. There is number 4 with the carbon filter, as we discussed. Here we have SD501 number 5, and thanks to Tyler LeBaron, who is the founder of the Molecular Hydrogen Institute, he and his team has come up now with 10 years of research that pretty much states the only reason to drink the ionized water is the hydrogen. And in fact, anything over a 9.8 pH can actually break down the platinum inside the machine. So when we get in there, we'll be able to tell as well what we have in there as well. So we definitely don't want that, because we don't want the titanium going into the body, giving us any heavy metals. So here we go. ORP here. Negative 178, 179. Of course, if I stirred it in there and really got excited about it, I might be able to get higher, but just for the testing purposes, I wanted to leave it as accurate as possible. Okay, and then here is the hydrogen drops. 1, 2, 3. I'm actually very shocked myself. I would have thought that some of these units would have it, especially after we've deep cleaned them. And again, no hydrogen. SD501 number 6. Here we go. Let's go ahead and talk about the pH this time. So how many of you think that, or thought that, alkaline water is actually going to help increase your pH in your body? Well, that is inaccurate, because ionized water has no buffering capacity. That means the moment it goes in your body, hits your stomach acid, it becomes inert. So it goes right back to neutral state or acid. So it literally has no benefit. Now, if you're putting baking soda in the water, then that's a chemical change. It's putting something to it. That's more of a buffer. So that could potentially change your pH. But you don't want to change the pH of your blood, because you'd go into alkalosis and you can actually pass away from that. Here we are, negative 150, 160. And again, you see that big cloud, you think, wow, look at all that hydrogen. So hydrogen is the smallest antioxidant, which means it goes everywhere in your body. 1, 2, 3. And that's why we have the benefit at the beginning when we start to drink the water, is because you're getting all that hydrogen when it's brand new. There's no calcium building up in there. Machine number 6, no hydrogen, the reason to drink the water. Here we are with SD501 number 7. So let's talk a little bit about the microclustering, shall we? So microclustering, what is that? Well, it was a word that somebody made up because it sounded good in the marketing hype, but there's no science behind it. And there's no such thing as microclustered water. And so what we found out in the newest studies that came out with Tyler LeBaron and the Molecular Hydrogen Institute, found out that there's no microclustering, the surface tension, nothing like that is actually accurate. The only reason that you're getting the green tea is the pH, because it's an indicator of that. So those of you that thought the water was getting more absorbed, it's actually not. Okay, so we actually have more on this. We have about a negative 232. Wow, there we go. Maybe someone was cleaning this a little bit more often. All right, and let's go. 1, 2, 3. All right, it had a little bit more of a negative charge, but still not coming through with the hydrogen. The smallest, most powerful molecule that there is. So the next videos that you see here, we're gonna actually take all these machines apart and lay them out so you can see for yourself. This video is not meant to be malicious by any means. I just want you to know what's inside here. I put my heart and my soul in this for almost 13 years, traveling and speaking all around the world and helping people. So I thought, as long as they're cleaning and maintaining. The unfortunate thing here is that most people are not cleaning, they're not maintaining, and they're not having a pre-filtration system beforehand. So what I'd like to do next is just kind of show you here. You've seen all the machines did not have hydrogen, so I just want to show you here, this is the hydrogen shot, there's hydrogen gas, and I want to show you with the drops and the ORP what this looks like here. And I guess that was put on there very tight. Here we go, we'll just go ahead and fill it up to the same. There. And we'll do the ORP. I just want to show you that it is, in fact, working. So there is a negative 345. Okay. And then we'll have the hydrogen, and we'll do the same 3 drops like before. And if there's hydrogen, obviously, you know by now it's going to be clear. 1, 2, 3. But I just wanted you to see here what it looks like when you actually have hydrogen. And there you go. So it goes clear. So that is at least 0.3 parts per million of hydrogen. Okay. So we're going to go and take them apart. So stay tuned.